So, thank you for sticking in with me. And if you're listening to this, then you have made it to chapter 2. So, chapter 1 was all about waking up the hands, direct and indirect route. The difference between giving and receiving, who is it for when you are in action. And now we just went into the 3-minute game and how that all came into place. And now we're actually creating the map out of that into this Somatic Consent Engagement System and how you can use it as a compass in your life. So let's begin. Chapter 2. And there will be several videos available for that. And I found a video where I actually explained the entire system. It's a few years back. It's not the freshest video. I hope you enjoy it anyway. And get the idea of what I am cooking up with this book and with the dynamics. All right, let's begin. A little bit more microphone. The Somatic Consent Engagement System. Tools for mastering pleasure, desire, and consent. So nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. There's a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt. How do you usually engage with others? Which ways of interacting with others are deemed correct by your culture? Are there differences in the way you engage with your lover, friends, family, colleagues, or strangers? Do you feel more relaxed when you trust the person you are engaging with? You already know that sensory neurons receiving the inflow of information from your skin and relay it to your brain, producing the experience of sensation, pleasure, and connection, while motor neurons send information to your muscles to generate body movement. You also know that it isn't enough to try grasping the concept of sensory inflow using only allow your analytical working mind. You have to have a real physical experience of it. Only then can your nervous system embody these new learnings and open up a world of opportunities for growth and expansions. Every human being has had the pre-verbal experience of being touched against their will and learned to undermine their feelings about it. We all learned at an early age to adapt ourselves to liking what we don't like, by trying to change how we feel about it rather than changing what is happening. We have also been brainwashed into the ideology of what touch and relationship means. Most people have assumption-based relationships where second guessing is the norm. Because each and one of us has a unique experience of life, how we perceive can be very different. And due to this, what usually happens is that one person has one understanding and the other an entirely different one. And this is usually never communicated, so that friendship dissolve, family members become alienated from one another, and misery occurs based on the failure of the romantic dream which fell apart. When you engage with another person, it is consent that creates the safety needed for the nervous system to work effectively and for sensations to be experienced fully. Assumption-based relationships don't usually last very long. Many couples stay together for the sake of their children, and when the kids leave home, they're finally faced with another, and they often find they not only have no idea who their partner is in any great depth, they have no idea who they are as individuals without them. So here's the first map, how to break down consent and somatic and what it means. And I will bring that down in that video that is linked in the description here. And I will post on one point as well a video link here that you can click and then you go straight to the video. So exploring your personal reality. Your personality creates your personal reality. It's from Dr. Joe Dispenza. So this book relies on the ability to notice. So let's begin with these questions. Do you notice what you want? Maybe you've never asked yourself this question seriously before, and maybe you're usually moving so quickly through life that you've never slowed down enough to feel what it is that you really want. I invite you to slow down right now and to notice. Take a few deep breaths in and breathe out with a sigh in order to quieten the chatterbox mind. So let your body speak to you right here, right now, and if nothing comes up, take a little more time. Take all the time that you need, because the answers are there and they are important. Do you trust and value what you notice? Did something arise? Maybe a longing or a desire. Did you push it down? Did you judge it to be wrong or bad? The truth is that you want, or what you want matters. It doesn't matter what it is. It matters that you trust what comes up and value it as important to you. We often shut down our desires before they see the sunshine because we judge them. Maybe they are too embarrassing. Maybe you are afraid of being too needy or too greedy. Maybe you are afraid of rejection. Change the mic a little bit. Here we go. Maybe you need to hear it again. What you want matters. And the more you trust that, the more you step towards empowering yourself. Do you communicate what you want? How often have you seen yourself chewing on something you want, too scared to speak it out? How often have you minimized your desires, cutting them down to a size you think someone can deliver? How often does your fear of rejection keep you from speaking your impulses? And how often have you not known how to express what you want? You're not alone. It's inherently vulnerable to ask for what you want, but so freeing to take the leap and raise your voice by making a request. I recommend starting small. Ask for something that doesn't feel too vulnerable. It's like training a muscle, like that one. Haha. It takes time, practice, determination, and patience. Try to ask others a few times a day, can I do such and such, or can you do such and such? It doesn't have to be to do with touch. Can you please make me a cup of coffee? Can you help me with this task? Can I come over later? And can I tell you how I feel? And do you allow yourself to receive? If you have the courage to ask and you receive a yes, feel for a moment and let this gift sink in. Know that you are worthy of receiving. And when the response is a no, notice whether you can still be in connection with what you want, being able to own and express your desire as a gift. Notice also whether you can celebrate the limits of the other, because owning and honestly expressing our limits is a crucial part of authentic relating, consent, and the development of intimacy on top. So do you allow yourself to be grateful? Being grateful feels vulnerable. Though the more you allow yourself to receive and acknowledge the gift that comes towards you, the more you'll expand your capacity to receive. And what might at first feel scary and uncomfortable will begin to feel delicious and deeply nourishing. As you expand your capacity to receive, you learn to fill yourself up From this place of fullness, you then become capable of giving from a place of generosity to yourself, to your loved ones, and to the world you live in. First and foremost, the Somatic Consent Engagement System shows just how important it is to find and function from a grounded place within yourself. So this is your base. The foundation of knowing and caring for yourself. Having a steady base means you are aware of your needs, desires, boundaries, and are able to set limits. It's also here where you learn to recognize the shadow of self which arise when your needs aren't met. From here we'll explore the engagement zones, where you interact with another person and consent is asked for and granted through permission and agreements. The engagement zones opens up the 4 empowering dynamics of relating. The Somatic Consent Engagement System was developed over many years of personal and professional practice and my own spiritual journey. It's presented as a 3-dimensional pyramid structure, a map leading you to experiencing embodiment of trust, safety, and connection through self-knowledge and consent. It includes the shadow world as well as higher spiritual dimensions of human connections. Then there's the other map about the engagement zones and the pyramid and the shadows and how it all comes together. Again, you find that in that video that is in the description. So, let me see. The 3D 4-sided pyramid is built on a steady base. The base is you. It represents your solid foundation of self-care. And it represents what you have a right to and responsibility for as an individual. Below the base is the basement, which represents your subconscious, the subconscious houses of all of your internal programming, all of your memories, including those of use for creative inspiration. The basement is the realm of shadow behavior. And above the base are the engagement zones, created by the 4 dynamics of the 3-minute game. And this is a place of honest communication between yourself and other people, whether a lover, a friend, family member, colleague, or a stranger. This is the place of experimenting where you and whoever you are engaging with get clear about who is in action and who is the action for. Ask for permission, communicate limits, and come to agreements. And at the top is the apex, the interpersonal space of love and care, where relationship is harmonious, where we experience a win-win situation of relaxed being, fun, play, and spiritual communication and transformation. On the right side is a 2D diagram of the same pyramid viewed from above. Here you can clearly see the 4 engagement zones. I'm going to show that to you. Here we go. And you find more about that in the video. Each part of the engagement system is explained clearly, step by step, in the section below. So let's begin by exploring the very foundation of self, your base. And I think this is the second reading of the 2nd chapter. So thank you very much. That was a short reading. I hope you enjoyed it. And please put any questions and comments in the section below. I will answer them personally. And please like and subscribe so that you get notifications about upcoming live readings. All right. Thank you for joining. And I hope you get something out of that. Enjoy your day and love yourself. Bye for now.